Hello, Facebook world, LinkedIn, business smiles, and all the other stuff that I turn up on. Well, it's a big night, turning up twice, and I'm super excited about tonight because tonight's an opportunity to grow. Earlier, I got in my heart as I was running, and I shared some things that are really important to me. You know, the most important possessions to me. And one of the things that's super important to me is the business of smiles. And today I am super stoked because I've got Jacob. Now, I've practiced his name 3 times. I'm going to get it wrong. McElevey. I got it right. Awesome. How are you, mate?
I'm really good, man. Really good. Really good.
So giddy up, because like today's purpose, discovering connection, or what's it all about, right? Jacob and I have connected through an amazing mentor and friend, Benjamin J. Harvey from Authentic Education.
Yep.
A wonderful man. And he reached out to me and suggested to Jacob that we connect and see what comes up.
Yep.
So we're doing that. And rather than doing it away from everybody and trying to work things out, we're actually going to do it live. This is the most beautiful thing about that, because one of the things that I think we can learn to do a little bit better, and look, we'll probably get it wrong, and feel free to tell us we're getting it wrong, because 100%, right? We're open to feedback, hence doing this. Yeah.
100%.
So one of the things that is super important to me is the business of smiles, and we're running the Smiles for Life dinners in Frankston. And my purpose of us connecting is having the opportunity of Jacob running Smiles for Life in Newcastle. That for me is so exciting on so many levels. But the reason why I feel that Jacob could be the right person is because we've had the same training. We've both gone through Authentic Education. Although we've got different experiences in life, we've had
same hairstyle too.
Absolutely. I haven't quite gone the full schlick yet, but it's coming. I'm actually, to be honest, I'm going to hang on to my back.
So yeah, do it.
I'm just going to hang on to it just because.
Why
not? Right. So, Jacob, I mean, I'm putting my intention on the table, right? That's the purpose of us connecting, and we've agreed to come on here for 8 weeks in a row to learn each other, and to share what it is we're passionate about. So, what's your purpose for connecting with me?
So the first purpose was after having my meeting with Ben, he told me to get in contact with you. So instantly I felt to listen to my body. That's what I usually do when I'm making decisions, and reached out. And anytime I reach out, I always put the energy out and say, if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's not the time. So 100% flow, man. 100% flow.
Yeah, giddy up.
Yeah. And obviously, I'm here to learn something. Because every opportunity in life is a learning experience. And that's what I take on board myself. And that's what I teach people as well. Everything teaches you more.
100%. But look at this, right? You've turned up today. This is your first live.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time you've had a crack at doing a live, turning up and just putting it out there. I pay homage to that because I didn't realize how hard that is.
Yeah,
I did years ago when I first started.
But you can't see how much I'm sweating now, Jay.
Well, let's talk about you, right? Because one of the things that we're doing at the moment is understanding one another.
Yeah.
What are your passions?
I'm passionate about helping people, which is essentially why I've come into this part of my journey. I enjoy seeing people place a value on themselves again. That's the biggest thing that I love seeing, because I know what it's like to get to a point where you don't have a value anymore and wonder, okay, well, why am I here? What's the point? And so as soon as people start placing a value on who they are, it's that I love it.
So why is that important to you? So at what point in your life did you not have value?
I got to a point where I was a full-time teacher. Been teaching for 15 years and just got to a point where it was just too much. I just can't explain why. I think it was just an intense feeling of overwhelm because I've done so much healing from that. When I go back to it, it's like, I disconnected from it. Obviously, the memories are still there, but just trying to remember the emotions that I went through. It just got to that point where it felt like Groundhog Day. Every day was exactly the same, and there was no purpose or value in what I was doing. It just felt like I was doing the exact same thing every day. And it was a struggle to move forward. I wanted something different, but I didn't know what, when, where, how. And then the journey has just taken me to where I am now.
So that purpose and value in teaching, not having that, how much did that reflect who you were as a person?
I just felt very trapped, confined. Just felt very controlled. That's a big word I can use. Very controlled. Didn't feel free.
Why was that important to you? Why is the freedom important to you?
Being able to make my own decisions, make my own choices. Just being free to be me. That's a big thing that I write down when I'm doing my journaling. Free to be me. Because essentially you try different things and you're told, no, you can't do that. Or you've got to do it this way. You can't do it the fun way.
Why is it freedom of choice so important to you?
Ooh, we're going to go deep.
Oh, yeah, we don't have muck around.
Good. So that people can understand who I am, not the surface me, who I am.
Who are you?
I'm a man, just being present, flowing on my journey, helping the people that I come in contact with. I used to use a lot of things to identify myself, so different sporting teams, all that sort of thing. All of these things create an identity. And I mean, look at all the emotion that comes from just all these grand finals that have come up. Like so many people breaking down because their team lost. Man, you weren't even on the field. All you do is just watch them. So it's all this surface connection. Like, oh yeah, this identifies me. This team identifies me. But it's all surface stuff. And I see it in a lot of kids. Like all of a sudden they're going for a different team because the team they were supporting isn't winning anymore. And it's like, interesting, right? So you can't handle being labeled the loser or the losing team.
Why is that important to understand that? Actually, a better question.
Yeah.
Why is it important to you to understand that?
I think by looking at the things around us, we sort of understand who we are also. And so you're learning from other people's journeys. Watching how other people react to certain things and going, wow, interesting how they reacted like that. I find myself doing that a lot lately. Not I used to look at people and judge, whereas now I look and be like, wow, interesting that you reacted that way. So I like to look at that and take that on board for myself, for my own journey.
Why has that become important to you?
I think it's good to be constantly learning. I think that's the importance for me. Constantly just being raw and not being that person where, I guess, as a teacher, you're seen as being up here. Whereas when you break that down and you're just like, yeah, I'm just like you, I'm just constantly learning. I don't know everything, but I can show you what I've learned. If you take that on board, awesome. If you don't, awesome. Because you may learn from someone else, not me. So
I love it. I've got a story to share on that, and which I think is really important, which will lead into another conversation. But
yeah, love to hear it.
first, I've got. What does freedom allow you?
Ooh. I guess it allows me to be me. It also allows me to challenge myself.
What else?
By being okay to make mistakes, because obviously we learn from our mistakes.
Not all of us.
What does it allow? It allows rawness. It allows authenticity.
Why is rawness and authenticity so important to you?
I guess it drops the ego. Being raw just takes you right down on that level playing field. Being authentic, for me, is essentially just being me, understanding that I don't have to get every single thing right. Understanding that the only person I need to be true to is me.
Why is being true to you important?
It allows me to be the best version of myself.
Boom.
Yeah.
So, so I'm going at you with a sledgehammer right now. But why is being the best version of you important?
Helps me show up. Helps me place value on me. Helps me place value on everything around me. Yeah, I know what it's like to not have value. And so understanding the transition between the two.
What does it feel like to not have value?
Crap, man. Yeah, just there's no purpose. You just feel like, what's the point? There's no purpose moving forward.
What emotions do you feel in that when you have no value and you don't have a purpose? What are the emotions that come up?
Loss, depression. What's the point? It's not going to get any better. Massive anxiety. Used to have heaps of anxiety. Obviously, The anxiety is the fear of the unknown, not knowing how I can help myself, not knowing how I can get better, not knowing the steps to take. This is all new. I don't know what to do. And then you go down all these different avenues. But yeah, thankfully for me, I had a brother that went through a similar journey. And so we sort of bounced off each other. And yeah, it's just, you feel rock bottom. You just have no reason. That's a big word I can use. You have no reason. I remember playing music is a massive thing for me. I couldn't pick up my guitar. I just physically couldn't. And it'd just sit there. And then once I not learned, but I got to that point where I placed that value and went, wow, this is a gift. And just being able to play and sing again is just, yeah.
So I want to go back to that moment that you sat there with guitar and not being able to play this, because this is really important to me, right? The thing you love, the thing you cherish.
Yeah.
What were the circumstances or the thoughts going through your head that could not allow you to touch that guitar?
You suck. You're not even any good anyway.
What were the circumstances?
Circumstances as in...
What were the circumstances that led you to that point that you sat there in that room holding your guitar and not being able to play it, thinking that you suck, that you're not good at this anyway? What were the circumstances that took you there?
Not having any fulfillment in life, not just having no value. Getting to that point to saying what is the point?
I'm going to honor you right now because I'm coming at you with everything I've got, all right? And to do this live, to do this in front of people you don't know, to turn up and have the courage and bravery just to be opened up.
Cheers, man. I appreciate it.
I honor you, you know, and sorry to laugh, but like, if those that know me well know that I don't muck around, right? Like, if we're gonna play, we're gonna play properly.
Yeah.
And I really honor you for that. I'm going to go back a little. I'm going to go back. Thank you very much for going into that for me, because we're going to, over the next 8 weeks, we're going to unpack this. We're going to learn each other, because
love that.
From everything that you've been taught with Ben, everything that I was taught through Ben, a lot of what I just did was what I learned with Ben. You know, I'm going in, I'm going deeper, and deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
But I think this comment that's popped up, Jacob, if you had a black shirt on, you'd look like twins. So next week, black t-shirts. Take t-shirts, all right?
All right.
We'll twin it up just for a bit of a giggle.
Done.
I want to honor this. I want to honor this. The purpose of life is a life of purpose, and I love that, Melissa. Thank you so much for that comment.
I love that.
What does that mean to you?
Oh, just having a purpose, having a reason to keep going. My purpose in life, family, music. And it's funny, as you start going through this journey, the things that you used to value and you used to enjoy just slip away. I used to come home and my time to relax was video games, because I could tune out. And I've just I haven't played my PlayStation for so long, and I've just put it up for sale. I'm like, what's the point? It's not serving a purpose anymore. So bye.
Well, isn't that funny, right? Because actually, I've got to backtrack a little bit, and I've got to go back to I don't want to miss something that we're speaking about earlier, and I will get back to this. One of the key indicators in life that you really need to reach out to somebody is if you've got something that you love
Mm.
and you can't do that, you
Yeah.
can't, you just can't do it.
Mm.
You need to put your hand up. Say, hey, listen, I need help right
Yeah.
now. And that's to get to that point. It's I can't. So sorry.
Oh, there you
That
are.
is yeah. That's my internet and
Ah,
tell. I seriously. Anyway, it'll change soon. Um, and I think that's a really important point. So I just wanted to bring that up quickly. Now, where were we before I went down that? Someone will be on that onto it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna talk to you about the dinners, okay? Because I want to talk to you about what it is that I'm looking to achieve with that. Is that all right?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, brilliant. Because with the dinners that we've been holding in Frankston, it's created a real community vibe, so much so that we actually want to be more present in and around Frankston. We've actually now got a committee together that is actively looking at being involved in Frankston in different areas. And it's just wonderful.
How good's
We want
that?
to just, yeah. So our values as such, or our core structure that we're going to stick by and put everything through is courage, connection, and contribution.
Ooh,
Like it's just beautiful, right?
powerful
So
words. Love it.
100%, right? So how good's that?
Courage.
So that's
Courage is a big
courage.
one. Love that one.
Tonight's courage. Tonight you're showing me so much courage, and I'm embracing that because to do what I hope to do with you, that is
Mm.
such an important part, and you step straight into it without fear, and I honour that. So, the Smiles for Life side of things is the dinners are there to have food, connection, and conversation. Right? Men do
Yep,
talk if we're given the opportunity. We just need
100%.
to have an opportunity to do that. And sometimes we need to guide the conversation in order to have that.
Yep.
So this week's question, next week's question for the men will be, first things first, we always ask the guys, what's made you smile today? Right? We get it's awesome, right? And the guys, they have to draw a smiley,
Yep.
right? They have to draw a
Yeah,
smiley.
there it is. Yep.
The very first thing, hey guys, please draw a smiley. Then I ask them, what made you smile today? Right.
Yep.
And then we go around the room and we just hear whatever makes you smile. By the end
Yep.
of that, we feel good about ourselves, right?
100%. High
Yeah.
frequency. Love it.
100%, right? We get the
Mm.
vibration up like
Yep.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So once that's done, we then start the dinners because normally that's about 20 minutes. But
Yep.
as we're doing that, we pose a question. And this month's question is, and those who just saw me just put my heart out and just go, what's your most precious possession? This is mine. It's my most precious possession. And I won't go into it because tears will come again. But that asking that question takes you on a journey to a moment in time, right? And the whole idea of these dinners is to just go back through our life and look at the kaleidoscope of experiences that make us us.
Yeah.
When you look into a kaleidoscope and you've got all these different colors and it's all those different bits and pieces, but that's actually what makes the beautiful picture. We are like a kaleidoscope. We have all these beautiful experiences in us, and they all mash together and they make this beautiful picture, which is Jacob, which is Scott.
Yeah.
So that's what the Smiles for Life dinners are about. It's about sharing those experiences, because when you share your experience with somebody, you share the emotion as you talk it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how we connect. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the story has hold over us, right? Or has an impact on us, because the bigger emotional situations, they are our go-to, which I might jump into in a minute. But Smiles for Life is about being there for men, not making anything they're doing wrong, being appreciative of the fact that they've had the courage to step into the room. Yeah. And once they've
100%.
done that,
It's the
all of
hardest
a
part.
sudden, 100%.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how hard that was, because we have 20% of the men who buy tickets to come. We'll jump on that in a second.
I know exactly.
Well, 20% of the men who buy tickets don't turn up. And that's something interesting. So, Melissa, I love that. Life is one amazing kaleidoscope. Absolutely,
Cool.
it is.
Love
If
that.
we're looking through the glass of positivity, because if we're not looking at we're not focusing on what's good about this, then we're also looking at the kaleidoscope of life through negative glasses. So
Yep.
we get to choose which glasses we put on, but it does take work. So, sorry, I'll go off on a tangent.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's just having a conversation. So, so what are you liking at the moment? Because we're just opening up conversation, and I'm getting to know you, and I'm coming 100 miles an hour, love in my heart. How are you feeling about you right now?
Really good, man. Really good.
Wow.
Just enjoying the ride. Like, it's coming on not knowing what to expect. If I hadn't have done all the work that I've done, I would have been a crumbling mess. But because I am who I am, I'm present, I'm in this present moment, maybe someone's going to learn something from it. I'm just enjoying what's happening.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm going to grab something only to challenge it. I don't think you have to do all the work in order to do this conversation. I think doing this conversation is part of the work you can do in order to get more.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there, because I'm so
Learning.
lucky to be gifted these conversations consistently, and it's the same result. I just learn
Yeah.
more about people. So
Yeah. And like I said, like, I'm learning more about myself in this situation. Like I said, usually, like, I'm a massive introvert. Well,
yeah,
you learn not to be, but very guarded. But since doing all this work, it's like, man, if I open up, how many other people are going to open up? You know what I mean? Like, it's all about taking that first step for other people to follow.
do you understand why that works? Do you understand?
I guess it's that whole thing of people don't want to be the first, but they don't want to be the last, if you know what I mean. And I guess for me, when I look back, I had a lot of denial, thinking, no, that won't happen to me. And that was, yeah, that's the biggest thing that happened to me. I was in denial because I was this happy-go-lucky guy, always joking, always laughing, that sort of thing. 100%. Because it's been built in for so long. But yeah, just denial for so long. No. I'm good. So
I'll grab this. Maybe you've been an extrovert in an unsafe space, masking an extrovert in an unsafe place, masking an introvert. And
yeah,
Sarah, I actually agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's powerful, because it's like
Like that. Yeah.
like I pop up. I used to pop up very regularly. I'm going to start popping up lots, because I've got
Nice.
some stuff to say at the minute.
Nice.
But I am an introvert, which most people would be very surprised about. Like I really need my own time. I really need to be me, because
Yep.
my energy depletes, and I need to go back into me in order to find that. At the moment, I've just gone through my life, and there's a lot of changes going on. And one thing I've identified that I need more than anything is a bloody motorbike. I don't have that. Like, I love training. I love keeping fit, and I haven't been at my game in that. But I miss that motorbike. I miss that just freedom of where am I going today? Doesn't matter. I'm going, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Just that wind. That was the biggest thing. Because I ride dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And just being able to have that wind just blowing on you, and it's like, wow, it's just so good.
Yeah, I agree. And the smells. I love the smells. As you go through
Yeah.
a country town, you can smell the bakery and
Yeah.
just, you know, and the leaves. Like, it's just even the smell. Okay, I love it.
Oh,
Fantastic. All right, my internet's dodgy, and I'm over it because I live in Sandhurst. But anyway, we'll see how
there you
we
go.
go.
There you go.
Yeah, my internet's dodgy. I live in Sandhurst. It's just crap. Anyway, it is what it is. So one of the things I want to go back to, so when you share your story, it gives people permission to share theirs, right? And that's the courage that I just adore. When somebody just comes out and goes, do you know what? I don't know how this is going to sound. I'm actually nervous, but I'm just going to dump it out here, and I'm going to unpack it, because you either own your story or it
Yep.
owns you.
Mm.
That's it. That's the way it is. You own it or it owns you. And if you don't own it, you sit there and find ways to take the edge off.
Yeah.
You find ways to avoid things you need to do, and you know, and that's something for me that is big in my life. But I do want to go back to this, if that's all right, because I want to open up this conversation. Showing up can definitely have triggers. It takes courage to show up. Love. Hopefully, those that didn't show up one day ask, what if? What if it was okay? What if it was what I have been craving? What if?
Yeah. Love that. And I like to, when I'm talking to people, I say, what if? Yeah, but what if?
And what does that bring up for people?
Well,
Well, but your tonality, the way you're presenting that, it changes, right?
yeah, exactly. And I think this sort of thing's lost in the constant text message and all that sort of thing that goes across. It's just all of that's taken out, isn't it? Like,
This is why we're doing this, right? I'm
100%.
learning you right now. I'm learning you. I'm
Yeah.
learning as to whether or not we can work together and create a bigger picture.
Yep.
You know, like I do want to grab the what if side of things. So for me, that is a question I never want to ask myself. What if? Just do it.
What if?
Like I'm not going to ask that question. I'm just going to do it.
Yep.
All right. That feels good. I'm going to have a crack at it. And I have a lot of opportunity to grow right now.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
What does Ben say? Expand. I have a lot of opportunity to expand right now.
Yeah.
So,
Love it.
Boom.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab this. Jacob is like weirdest job interview ever. So true, right?
Yeah.
Lisa, would you expect anything less? So,
probably not.
No, not from me. She wouldn't. I'm sure of it. My life. What if I do this? But what if I don't? That's the thing, right? That question right there, Melissa.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know. Like, yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to go back to you and me for a little bit, because we've been talking for 35 minutes, and we're going to turn up 8:30 every week.
Yep, definitely.
Or do you want to come on at 8? What's better for you?
8:30, 8.
Okay,
Let's leave it at 8:30. Leave it at 8:30.
8:30? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
8:30.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my question to those that watch this. What is it you want to hear from Jacob? What is it you want to hear from me? What are the questions you think Jacob should be asking me? How's that sound? Let's turn it the other way around. So, all right. Perhaps next week, Jacob, you can come in and pull me apart.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Karma's a bitch, they say.
mate. If you're going to dance with the devil, make sure it's a good dance, right?
Hang on, I'll Google another one. Nah.
So, all right. Is that okay? Can we do that?
100%. Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
done. Yeah. All right, the shoe will be on the other foot.
Perspective.
Well, it's not often does the shoe go on the other foot, but we'll see how it goes. So,
it's good when it does, though.
Isn't it? Like I'm happy to be pried apart because I learned, as you did today. You got pulled apart and you found things in you and you went, oh,
yes,
what was that?
100%.
So
where did that come from? Whoa. Journal.
That's something I need to open up. So, yeah, love it. All right. Well, on that note, I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone for dropping in, throwing some comments at us because, like, this is seriously interesting, right? Because how often do you get to see two people meet and then try to work out whether or not they're actually going to work together to create a bigger picture?
Yeah.
What an amazing opportunity, right? I think this is so cool. So go check.
Yeah.
The real deal. Welcome, Jacob.
Thanks, Lisa.
That's all right. All right. Beautiful. Gold. Well, on that note, thank you for everyone who's been watching. Jacob, I really
appreciate it.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
How do you feel having live feedback as we're having a conversation about whether or not we can work together?
Amazing, man. Like, it's like I'm used to teaching and being in the front of the classroom, and it's like usually it's silence and like they're doing what they're meant to be doing. And it's like, well, I've got no idea what you're doing. So, yeah, it's awesome. And then the stuff gets thrown up. You're like, whoa, okay, awesome. Yeah.
It's exciting, isn't it, when people throw something at you? Because we get to play with it. We get to unpack it. We get to dance.
100%.
Giddy up. All right. Well, on that note, thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, no, thanks, Scott. Love being ripped apart.
Well,
in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, 100%. It's with love in my heart, so it's fine, right?
100%. And I gave everything with love. Love is the 100%. Highest frequency emotion.
Okay.
One of.
Note to self. Note to self. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for the comments. Thanks for being involved in the conversation. Thanks for growing with us as we grow. So, all right. Now, one of the things you'll learn about me, Jacob, is I do not know where the button is. So I've got to work through this. So I'm looking